Hello, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls. Let's talk a little bit more about the COVID-19 coronavirus, and specifically, we're recovering from CFS, fibromyalgia, which is really TMS, and this is having an impact on our recoveries, all of us. A minor impact, I would say, although depends on the person. And this is what I want to make sure with this video is that the impact is minimal. So we are hypervigilant. Anyone who's dealing with this CFS, fibromyalgia, pain stuff, our fight and flight system, it's already on high alert. We're always looking for threats, and obviously the situation, especially with the way media presents it, it's very stressful. It sends that signal to the brain, whether you like it or not. Even if you consciously realize, hey, it's not a big deal, okay, we hunker down, we take measures, but there's no need to panic. If you're watching the news all the time and you're getting that information in, and the way they present it and the transitions, especially if you're watching TV, the way they put the sort of the background music and just the way they report the whole thing, it is meant to alarm you. It is meant to keep you glued to the TV. So that's the first thing I want to bring up is limit the news. Just get the basic information, what's going on, and be done with it. 5 minutes a day and you're good. Even maybe 5 minutes a day is too much. Maybe you don't even need to check it every day. Now I know that's easier said than done for some people because you want to know what's going on, what the government is saying, everything surrounding, the politics of it, if that's like your thing, But just be very, very aware of how it's influencing you, even if you think that it's not influencing you. Because no, I'm calm, I'm okay, but I just want to stay informed. Even if you have that mindset, it's still influencing you. So if you're just too curious, I understand you taking sort of that hit. But yeah, I would recommend focus away, of course, from find something else to do, to focus your attention on, whether it's like some book you want to read or something you want to learn a language, maybe your kids, your family, whatever it is, just find something else. Just live your life to the extent possible, obviously, normally. Just getting engaged with, watch movies, whatever it is, whatever you can do in your circumstances. The next thing I want to talk about is this lockdown business. So the governments all over the world are implementing different, to a different degree, measures limiting people's movement. In some places, it's just complete lockdown, where you have to shelter in home, and that can have even if you think like that's a good thing, we got to stop the virus, whatever, that is stressful to us. And in fact, you'll see all over the world, riots tend to break out when governments implement this. And this is the history of pandemics. Whenever governments put in these orders to keep people at home, it's very stressful. It feels like you're being locked down in prison, which is kind of what's going on, right? And it affects, it is another message to the brain, that threat, there's like a us against them dynamic. Even, like I say, even if you think, yeah, these are good, these are important measures, we have to do social distancing, whatever, if you're like totally on board with that, still you can be in the situation where, you're looking out the window and you see like the police, for example, guarding, God forbid you leave, go outside. That still has that sort of effect, So the thing to do about it is just to be aware of it, and unfortunately, we can't control that aspect of our lives right now. But just being aware of all the things that are sending the threat signal can alleviate that signal. Yeah, finally, just do your best to get through this situation. Just not over obsessing. If you're like me, then you have a tendency to try to optimize everything, make sure everything, like the perfectionist tendency, right? And then when you apply it to this situation, if you like washing your hands every 30 minutes, maybe wash them a little less. Of course you want to wash your hands, you want to take precautions, whatever, but if you find yourself, and it's not even about the specific frequency, right? You just have to tune into the energy inside you. Like, is it like this obsessive, compulsive, can't make any mistakes, or did I wipe this surface? Did I, is this 2 meters, or is this just 1 meter and 90? You know what I mean? If you start getting into that mindset, experiencing that emotional energy within you, that is, it's coming from a place of obsession and perfectionism, it's like, relax, and as I'm saying this, I'm saying it to myself as well, and I'm not just, sharing my big wisdom with you. I'm also sort of reminding myself constantly to just, hey, dude, you know what you can control, you know what you cannot control. Just do what you can control, do your part, and let go of the rest, And if you sense that energy, just say, here it is, it's coming up again. That obsessiveness is coming up again. Let it go. So that's all I really want to say. Just, a few tips, a few thoughts that I have on this issue. I don't want to talk about this issue too much, so unless I come up with something else that I think is important, I'm just going to probably move on to making videos, more thoughts on just the general recovery process sans the coronavirus stuff, just like I was before. So, share in the comments, like this video, let me know how you're dealing with things, if this is bringing up any specific issues for you, because what this can do is, it can sort of surface things that you will be later able to apply to any situation, just it'll surface, it gives you a chance to see what your inner world is like how you react to threatening things, it lets you explore that dynamic, yeah, let me know if this helped you learn anything about your inner dynamics with these things, especially as it relates to threat. All right, so see you next time.